day and welcome to another amazing episode of the program So This Happened on Lincoln TV. I'm your host, Chibuchoma, a final year student of Lincoln University campus in Suk, Nigeria. So This Happened is a program that unveils Africa's history, legacies, and contemporary stories. It is designed to help educate, inform, and entertain its viewers on African heritage and contemporary stories and current affairs or current happenings. And today we'll be looking at the story of the richest man that ever lived. What if I told you the richest man that ever lived wasn't Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, or Elon Musk? What if I told you his wealth was so massive that he mistakenly collapsed entire economies just by doing giveaway? Today, I'll be taking you back 700 years ago to meet a king whose gold reshaped continents, whose name echoed from West Africa to the Middle East, and whose legacy still challenges everything we think we know about power, wealth, and Africa's place in history. This is the story of Mansa Musa, and yes, this actually happened. So before I can tell you about the story of Mansa Musa, I need to tell you about where he ruled. In the 14th century, West Africa was home to one of the most powerful empires, the Mali Empire, stretching from present-day Guinea, Mali, Senegal, and beyond. The Mali Empire controlled vast trading routes linking Africa to Europe and the Middle East. They controlled salt, gold, and knowledge. These weren't just resources, they were power. But mind you, this wasn't what made Mansa Musa legendary. What made him legendary was what he did next. Mansa Musa became emperor in the year 1312, inheriting not just a throne, but a system built on diplomacy, trade, and strategic leadership. Now, unlike other rulers, Mansa Musa was not a ruler that ruled with force, but he ruled with organization, vision, and goal. Now, this isn't arrogance, this is strategic leadership. Next up, his pilgrimage to Mecca. Mansa Musa traveled to Mecca carrying over 60,000 people. This involved the servants, slaves, and soldiers, and also 100 camels, each carrying gold. Now, on his way, he gave out to the poor, slave traders, anybody he could find. He gave out so generously, in fact, that by the time he got to Cairo, there was a flood of gold, which caused its value to collapse, prices rose, and markets destabilized. Imagine one man having so much wealth that he devalued gold itself. Right now, we'll be going on a short break. When I come back, I'll be telling you more stories about what he did. Stay tuned. Now, imagine having so much wealth that your generosity becomes an economic problem. This was the case of Mansa Musa. But after having done this is the part most history book actually skipped. Having done this, he did not just leave the economy like that. He actually went to, fix the problem. He went to borrow gold and then he tried stabilizing the economy again. Now, this is not arrogance. This is him being responsible. This is him owning accountability for his action despite it being a good deed. But today, when we talk about wealth in Africa, names like Dangote, Adenuga, and tech founders dominate the conversation. But long before trade, marketing, and Silicon Valleys, Africa was already in wealth. Mansa Musa reminds us that Africa's prosperity did not just begin in modern times, but it was briefly interrupted. And also, historians agree that no individual on earth has surpassed the wealth of Mansa Musa, not before him and definitely not after him. Now, Mansa Musa's true legacy wasn't just gold, it was knowledge. He transformed Timbuktu into a place of global center for learning by building mosques, libraries, and universities. Scholars would often travel from far and near to, study different courses like mathematics, law, physiology, and the rest, thereby producing institutions that still influence scholarship today. Mansa Musa invested in the idea that empire lasts longer when knowledge outlives kings. Now we'll be asking a quick trivia question and do well to drop the answer in the comment section. Which city became world famous because of Mansa Musa's investment in learning? Is it Cairo? Is it Timbuktu? Is it Baghdad? Do well to leave the answer in the comment section. Mansa Musa did not just rule routes, he ruled trade routes, knowledge, culture, and global attention. He challenged the idea that Africa was poor before colonization, and he also proved that wealth is not just built but consumed. He left behind a very good lesson that we still struggle with today. True power isn't how much, but it is what we do with it. So next time someone tells you Africa has no history, remember this: a caravan of gold, a pilgrimage, and a legacy that changed the world's economy. This is the story of Mansa Musa, and yes, this truly happened. This is the end of today's story. Do well to join us next time as we uncover more African contemporary stories on So This Happened. I still remain your host, Chibuchoma. Thanks for watching.